Hello everybody and welcome back to another exciting episode of Watching Other People's Videos. Last time we finished with Crash Twinsanity episode 6, My Crystals! Even though, it's minor spoiler alert, he will be saying that later in this game, My Crystals probably might be referencing something else. Also, I'm honestly a little surprised that since Roxas1359 has played Sonic Heroes and probably has seen Big the Cat's grinding ability, so to speak, nothing, it's just that, what I'm surprised is that I'm surprised he didn't reference Big the Cat's grinding ability in this episode, considering, well, you'd think something like that he'd remember to reference, at least here. You know, just saying. Because it's not every day, even in video games, that you see video game characters doing that, so... Anyway, last time I made a lot of references. Crash, The Wrath of Cortex, I'm honestly surprised if it's saying it doesn't do financially well, yet it's been a bestseller in pretty much... practically almost all the consoles, the PlayStation 2, or should I say, the Sony PlayStation 2, the Nintendo GameCube, and even the Microsoft Xbox. I like to actually refer to, say, the company's names first as well. Usually Nintendo GameCube because, hey, I grew up with it. Sue me, why don't you? Don't, actually. Because that would be kind of stupid to sue someone over that. It really would be stupid and silly. No offense, but it's in reality here. Anyway, I just wanted to put this little, this is just a little, article I found updated just a few months ago, actually. And I just wanted to show that apparently the ones that were software-based, even though it just says the gigabit, apparently the software emulation almost scrolled down too much. Apparently the software-based emulation ones literally could have been updated out. I am not joking. They could have had the feature literally updated out of them. Which, honestly, I wouldn't, well, blame them too much. I mean, if it didn't work, if it didn't work all too well, I should say, why would they want to keep it around for much longer? It seems the only ones that actually had proper backwards compatibility were the very earliest models, which were the 20 gigabit and 60 gigabit models that were sold at launch. Though it's kind of... I'm still just finding it kind of interesting that they kept the PS1 backwards compatibility, and though honestly, I don't mind. Hey, if it's adding functionality for more, why not? If they can, but I've also shown the link of that it can be quite costly to, you know, incorporate hardware. It would have to force the retailers kinda, or the sellers I should say, to up their price because you're essentially making, like a 2-in-1, or if not possibly even more, actually. It could be that, if not possibly even more, actually, system. So that would be neat. Even though they technically are continuing production, I wonder, actually. I think about it, and I wonder if there was ever a system that was like, that they still continued making these such games, but then again, I probably shouldn't be surprised if they stop making such games, like they stop making PS1 games, because it wouldn't be, well, with today's standards and such, but it would be an interesting concept if they still kept making PS1 games, PS2 games, PS3 games, and making a system that was all in one. That would be so interesting, so interesting. Certainly something that would be interesting, I keep saying, to say the least, but still. Yeah, most likely my PS3 is this one. Because for a second I might have thought... Well, not that one. For a second I might have thought it was this one, but then I remember it's apparently in Europe. I am not in Europe. I'm in North America. Yeah, so, there's that. Anyway, this little link is, like, wonder if I did. Would it make PS2 games any better? I mean, I get that's completely different hardware, but I couldn't help but think it would make some things better. Like the PS3 makes a huge jump in processing power compared to the PS2, as well as the Xbox 360. The GameCube, the Wii, makes actually the smallest link. Was this the one? Comparisons in gaming platforms. Okay. Interestingly, the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation are actually just as powerful in terms of processing power. Anyway, made with something developed between Microsoft and Sega. That's interesting. Anyway, the Wii apparently made a rather small jump in terms of the GameCube, whereas it wasn't until the Wii U it finally made a huge jump of such. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, they made big jumps. And the Pro 1 teraflops, oh boy, aren't they muscle maniacs, muscle maniacs. Yeah, the Nintendo Switch. Docked, undocked. The second I thought I saw 1 teraflop for the Nintendo Switch. I could have sworn I read it earlier. Maybe it was this. Anyway, as you can see, it didn't make exactly a huge jump from GameCube to Wii in comparison with the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. The Wii U actually is apparently more powerful than those two. But anyway. Anyway, I'm just saying huge jump. And I'm making another one. It's interesting that despite being developed later, it's still as powerful as the PlayStation. That's interesting. Processing power compared. Where's the PlayStation? Well, there's this. Probably leave this. Okay, so that's 2 links. No, 3 links. Alright then. Not this. There it is. Late reaction. Well, at least my Elgato is working with the perfect 60 frames per second, so that's nice.
Cute.
I wish my audio sounded better. Honestly, it sounds better in my head when I listen to it on... Even with the party chat link, it still sounds somewhat muffled. Oh, jeez. Oh, well, I can't ask for everything, can I? Well, what's the, And there's a ton of stuff. What's to show more? Oh! I'm just being funny. Okay, then, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, okay. Now with that said, Crash Twinsanity Episode 7, Fresh Meat for My Pot. I'm not fresh in the slightest. I'm rather stinky, actually. Sorry, I felt like a burping for a moment, actually. Anyway, fresh meat for my pot. Death count number 29. We're always starting off with a death. Missed one 2 episodes ago.
2, 1. Wow, Cortex is so embarrassed he turned completely invisible. Hello,
I was turning up the volume for a second, sorry.
everyone. This is Rock System 59. Welcome. 2, 1. Wow, Cortex is so embarrassed he turned completely invisible. Hello, everyone. This is Rock System 59. Welcome back to Let's Play Crash Twinsanity. Last time, we participated in the Humiliscape, getting ourselves down to Engine's battleship, whether Cortex wanted us to or not. This episode, we're going to be tackling our...
Well, I'm sure he wanted us to get down to Engine's ship, but not in the matter of speaking.
newest level, High Sea Hijinks. But first, we have,
I'll show you the thing I was thinking of later.
a little path over here. This path will take you back to the Iceberg Lab if you want to, and you can end up redoing Slip Slide Icecapades to get the gems again. So, redoing Slip Slide Icecapades to get the lab if you want to, and you can end up redoing Slip Slide Icecapades to get the gems again. So, yay for the developers putting, a way for us to backtrack on one-time only gems. Will they do this again when the Slip Slide Icecapades Humiliscape returns? No. And
It was rushed. What do you expect?
that's why I don't like that.
What do you expect?
Pretty much, this area right here is filled with nitro crates. The reason why it's filled with nitro crates in this way is to prevent people from sequence breaking, because as we're going to see, once we're at the end of this, we're going to have a method of getting back and forth between the islands. Whoa, the graphics sort of glitched out right there. That was
Yeah, I kind of noticed.
kind of weird. And as a result, walls of nitro crates such as these were put into place to prevent people from skipping, say, Iceberg Lab and Ice Climb and going straight to Slip Slide Icecapades. How nitro crates such as these were put into place to prevent people from skipping, say, Iceberg Lab and Ice Climb and going straight to Slip Slide Icecapades. However, there are ways to glitch around them. It is still entirely possible. I have done it before, but I don't want to do it since, difficulty and all that. So, grab all those lives. And here's the last one of them. So, let us hit that. Get it out of the way. And there you go. You've opened up a path between Iceberg Lab and the High Sea Hijinks level. So, if you need to go and redo Slip Slide Iceberg Lab and the High Sea Hijinks level. So, if you need to go and redo Slip Slide Icecapades, you can simply go up that route and take it. So, let's head back over to the battleship where
Sorry.
and redo Slip Slide Icecapades, you can simply go up that route and take it. So, let's head back over to the battleship where I can show off a conceptual development idea that was scrapped by the developers for High Sea Hijinks. It's another one of the fake Nina cutscenes, this one being different from the other ones, being more of a developmental idea that was cut. Now, the Mecha Bandicoot one was similar in that case, however, that one made a little bit more sense than, the one we're going to be seeing right now. So thanks again to fake Nina.
I thought it best if I came in disguise. We don't want to attract the wrong kind of attention.
Now that's my kind of woman. Ahoy, my golden siren of the deep. I shall shower you with pearls and make you my sea bride. Dr. Cortex, how confusing.
Wow. So we want to see the return
I
of
almost giggled during that scene.
the cross-dressing Cortex. Well, can you blame him? I mean, he knows that villains just have more fun. He's learned the truth of that. But either way, let's head off to Engine's battleship
That's probably Roxas just being dramatic.
now, which, watch out right here, because, as always, nitro crates equal death, even if you have an Akuraku mask, something I really don't like about this game. So I recommend walking right here because there is ice physics all over the place, and And, you don't want to waste
Especially on ice.
these lovely lives that you're collecting right now. And, you don't want to waste these lovely lives that you're collecting right now. So, I think it's time we go and start up Icy Hijinks, which has one of my favorite songs in the game. Not as good as Slip Slide Ice Capades, but still a pretty good song. So, in we go. Sweet invincibility!
Sorta.
Whoa. But, first things first, before we continue...
What was that whoa there?
Hey! Whoa. But, first things first, before we continue, go over right here, and we have our first gem, the blue gem. So, at least we can tell
On everything!
this time it is a blue gem. Now watch out for the
I could have told that actually earlier.
swinging
I could tell that earlier.
rhinoceri. That's a plural
I could tell that they were blue earlier.
of rhinoceros, right? Or is it rhinoceroses? Whatever it is,
English. So it seems.
I just died. I was just so baffled. Alright, so
What was that?
died. I was just so baffled.
What was that blue screen there?
Alright, so let's continue, shall we? I recommend jumping right here because if you try to jump on these moving pistons right here, it can be a bit of a pain because there is a slope to them. Now, there's a plunger on the other side if you want that will bring you to some lives right there. I don't want to risk it, so let's go. Oh!
Engine, are you sick? You look green.
Seems Engine doesn't like it that we are
Really green, actually.
here.
I meant to say.
Can't blame him. Now, interestingly enough, Engine actually had cut lines within the game right there. He was pretty much, the gist of the lines are, Crash Bandicoot, you are not welcome here, prepare to meet your doom, generic villain stuff. It was cut
Generic villain stuff.
out and instead given for that. Now,
I guess they didn't want him to sound too generic.
I'm going to show off a glitch right now because I don't feel like showing off, all these piston platformings and wannabe Rhino Donkey Kong. So, what you do is jump right here, double jump, round and pound, and if you do it correctly, you gotta... Okay, the one time I actually want to show it off, and I can't do it. There we go. Alright. Now, the way that glitch works, I actually want to
I thought you lost the mask for a moment.
show it off, and I can't do it. There we go. Alright. Now, the way that glitch works is because when Crash ends up doing a ground pound, or ground slam, I should say, he's completely solid still. So what it does is it pulls him up on the ledge, which is why I ended up doing 2 consecutive ground pounds, because it was pulling him on the ledge to try and correct himself. So it's an interesting glitch, and it's actually beneficial to you because here's another one of the correct himself. So it's an interesting glitch, pulling him on the ledge to try and correct himself. So it's an interesting glitch, and it's actually beneficial to you because here's another one of the gems. And how appropriate, there's a bunch of rats on the ship. So, go right here, and here's our green gem. So, that is very helpful for you, skips a lot of platforming, and gets you to a gem. And to more rats. Because that's what everyone wants, right? More rats!
Rats.
Filthy, plague-ridden rats. Now watch out for the flames right there, those actually can kill you. So watch out. So that deals with that, and grab some more Wumpa fruit. I don't have to deal with the platforming rhinoceri anymore. And we can go
Or they want to be Donkey Kong.
to a next spot of the ship. So these right here, spin them, moves to plate, so jump on it, and
Want to be Donkey Kong.
there you go. Now, Icy Hijinks isn't too bad through what you've seen so far, but I am going to be losing a lot of lives on not this gem, but one of the later gems. Oh yes, because it involves perspective platforming, and if you know Roxas, you know he sucks at that.
Look at Crash's face while he says it.
platforming. And if you know Roxas, you know he sucks at that so much. But grab the clear gem right here.
The audio glitch.
Great, the sound glitched out on that one.
Yeah.
This room. I hate that. Whoa! Hi there, rat.
What? The rat just appeared?
This room. I hate that. Whoa! Hi there, rat. I hate this room. I hate that. Whoa!
Houdini rats!
This room.
Let's see. There's the rat on the bottom right corner for the moment. The bottom right corner.
I hate that. Whoa! Hi there.
For the moment, but I can see why you didn't see it sooner.
Rat. I hate this room. I hate that. Whoa! Hi there, rat. I hate this room. We're gonna need to do some perspective platforming to get ourselves that yellow gem. And it involves these turning cranks. We're gonna have to go back and forth on the turning cranks onto different areas to hit the different plungers to eventually bring down the yellow gem. Problem is, things like that. The slope detection
It begins!
on these things is horrendously bad. And I mean horrendously bad. Did I mention, every time you die, you gotta redo all the plungers!
Yay! That's probably the sarcastic yay.
Yay!
Hey, he's mimicking me!
As he lied to himself. This is
Well, I'm mimicking him, but even still, I haven't seen this video and I forgot he did that.
where a lot of my deaths
I forgot he did that.
inside my practice run
Or should I say said that?
coming into play. Because I died so many times on my practice run from this section alone. And that's not fun. Now, it is possible to slide right there, but I want to be a little bit safe. Yeah, I know, me being safe. What kind of... Who am I? What have I done with Roxas?
You probably should have went with the leap of faith. Would you look at that? Being safe killed you. I think just being over anxious killed you.
I shouldn't have been safe. I should have just gone with my gut and been ballsy. Would have probably got
It's more like being overly anxious than being overly safe, actually.
me killed, but it would have been a more interesting death than what I had. So what I'm gonna do is been ballsy. Would have probably got me killed, but it would have been a more interesting death than what I had.
Or should you say crystally?
So what I'm gonna do is, until I do this right, I'm gonna cut. Which is one of the first times I'm actually having to do something like this.
That's count 33. Wonky slope detection. Like, try it again. How about jump on the metal grate platform, perhaps?
Out of Twinsanity, because this section
Seriously, it's not moving and it's fairly close by.
right here gives me trouble so much. So I'm cutting ahead real quick.
And watch this rock, this does it anyway! Or you could, well, actually it looks a little farther away than I thought. You could have jumped earlier on that platform that was coming out of the water, but you decided to jump onto the ledge instead. Leap of faith! Do it! The leap of faith! Nailed it! Roxas, the platforming champion of all. I was gonna say of old, but of all sounds kinda better. He's fine. He can land on anything from a super height onto any ground or surface of any kind, even from any height. Nice. That's
60% of the time, all the gosh darn time!
It's some sort of magic word.
Honestly, I didn't even cut for that! I guess
You don't say.
it really does pay up
Death count 34. Just because you got new sound doesn't mean you're on free. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
to, you know, be quiet when you're platforming. I know I died right there, but I still, you still collect a gem even when you die, so that's perfect for me. Now, there's only
Even when you die afterwards, you mean?
one gem that's left in this main section of High Sea Hijinks. Perfect for me. Now, there's only one gem that's left in this main died right there, but I still, you still collect a gem even when you die, so that's perfect for me. Now, there's only one gem that's left in this main section of High Sea Hijinks. After that, we're gonna have to go into perfect for me. Now, there's only one gem that's left in this main section of High Sea Hijinks. After that, we're gonna have to go into a different section. So, let us simply wait for the cranks to go around. I'm getting Rusty Bucket Bay flashbacks from this, and I still hate Rusty Bucket Bay. I died so many times inside that.
I never played that game, nor have heard of it, actually. It's kind of strange. I've watched this playthrough before.
Stupid engine room during that project. I hated that so much. Then again, I know I'm not the only one who hates Rusty Bucket Bay, so I am not in a minority. I am in a rather...
Well, I don't know where to be there because I haven't played that game.
Big majority for that one. Let's see if I can do it. Perfect. Alright, so let's go through, and the last red gem should be inside here. So, let's break these crates, get ourselves another life to replenish ourselves, and...
Crash using his brain!
Detonates himself. Now, I have a question. Why does Engine make so many gosh darn missiles? I mean, why?
How did that crate not explode?
So many... Now, I have a question.
Oh, it fell.
Why does Engine make
From the very top.
so many gosh darn missiles? I mean, why? Why? And how is this ship not exploded yet? Like, I know I'm not the only one wondering this. This ship should be sky high right now with all these gosh darn explosives.
It's a cartoon concept. It doesn't have to make much sense.
Here we have, platforming missiles? Missiles? I question the creation of these.
It's creative.
Wouldn't you question the creation of these things? I mean,
Maybe, but it's a cartoon, so roll with it!
they are missiles designed specifically for platforming. Why would Engine make these? And again, why is Engine doing all this with his ship? What is the point of this ship? Is it for world domination? Is he just going to use this boat for world domination? Or is he just going to send this entire boat after Crash? Because already, he's kind of failing with the boat but let's smash.
In actually both ways, because Crash is kinda messing around with it.
Crits.
Really, he is kinda messing around with it, and that is a very strange angle.
And if you want to leave, you can simply
And perspective on Crash.
go right there, but we want a gem. Simply go right there, but we want to leave, you can simply go right there, but we want a gem. So, that's
Blow the rats.
kill the rat.
Or blow a rat.
Rats because die rats. Kill the rats because die rats. And on this side, now I believe you can do the glitch in another area. On this side, now I believe you can do the glitch in another area as well here. But here it is, the red gem. So, with this, all the main gems in the stage are collected. There's one more gem, and that is the purple gem. Where is the purple gem? The purple gem we're not going to be getting to for a while. Okay, that's why. I normally take that platform and go the exact opposite way of what I did to get that gem. But, we are now at the
So you do it in complete reverse, okay?
end of the main platforming section of
At that part, you mean. Yeah, okay.
High Sea Hijinks. We are now at the gem. But, we are now at the end of the main platforming section of High Sea Hijinks. So, time for a boss. Now, let us hope that...
Alright. Sorry, you gotta keep it down a little.
I can edit this incorrectly because this boss doesn't have a health bar normally, but my plan is to give him one. So this one took a little bit of editing if I put it in. Pretty much he only has 3 hit points, so I took Cortex's health bar and split it up into 3 chunks. So hopefully it looks chunk. And Cortex
Lure Engine into destroying his crow's nest. His crow's nest. I meant to say.
His health bar and split it up into 3 chunks. So hopefully it looks accurate. But pretty much here it
Looks good as it could ever be.
is our boss against Engine again. We have to disable his crow's nest. What you do?
I mean, with the Crash Twinsanity, with the Crash Twinsanity theme and all.
Is just run around in circles. After the missiles stop, get close to one of the wooden planks holding the mast. He throws down a TNT crate. If it's close
Walk the plank.
enough, detonates and removes it. He shakes his fist at you angrily, pulls the lever, and shoots an indiscriminate amount of missiles. Why does this man have so many missiles? He puts Dr. Tomoki to shame. That's impressive. I mean, have you seen Dr. And shoots an he shakes his fist at you angrily, pulls the lever, detonates, and
I was gonna say something else, I forgot.
removes it. He shakes his fist at you angrily, pulls the lever, and shoots an indiscriminate amount of missiles. Why does this man have so many missiles? He puts Dr. Tomoki to shame. That's impressive. I mean, have you seen Dr. Tomoki? That amazing
Not exactly.
luxury beam? So, let us wait for him to throw another TNT crate. You think he'd get wise to this, but, it is Engine after all. Now, I'm also going to be editing in a death scream that actually plays when you defeat Engine. It's one of the sounds that many think were cut from the game, but it's actually in the game. It's just very low pitched for some odd reason. So, let's say goodbye to Engine.
Hey, maybe there's a pirate theme all over here. Walk the plank. Maybe that's what I was gonna say. I'm not exactly sure.
If that's close enough.
Yeah, that almost fits perfectly in that square there. Seriously, look closer. Oh, now we're falling. Now we're falling in there. I said falling 4 times. Yeah, 4 times. Got the Wumpa fruit.
Yummy fresh meat for my plate.
I'm not fresh. Have you seen me? I don't take showers. Crash Bandicoot. Nope. Go away. No, I'm leaving. I'm leaving you. Go away, Rusty Walrus. No one likes you. No. Go away. Now, our last gem's gonna be right here, so there we go. That's all the gems for Icy Hijinks. Now go away, Rusty Walrus. Go away. Go away.
Crash's
Go away.
face.
Go away.
Oh, come on, good face.
My finger is slipping. No. Nope.
There, that's a good face, sorta.
My finger is slipping off the analog stick. This is not the time. Go away, 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 go away.
Seriously, Crash does actually look kinda panicked in this scene.
Oh great, not nitro crates too. Hi. Woo!
Well, that looked weird for a moment.
Ha! Lost him. Son of a bitch. Didn't count for the warp factor.
Didn't exactly lose him. Hey, this is a good expression. Nice one, Akuraku.
So, let us keep going and run away from Rusty Walrus. This is actually, I believe, the last time we're going to be dealing with one of these running away chase sequences within the game. Oh, the door was supposed to close on you. And you have to be beefy as heck to avoid nitro crates. I mean, those things kill me in one hit when I have protection.
To avoid? You mean to withstand, you mean to say.
You just walk right over them, good sir. I'm impressed. Whoa, that was close. You just walk right through them. He really wants this meat, ladies and gentlemen. He really wants this tender bandicoot meat, and my finger is slipping again. But doesn't matter. There we go.
Nice outline.
That deals with Rusty
Kinda looks like a polar bear, or some kind of bear, actually.
Walrus and
Maybe a polar bear,
Engine
or maybe just some other kind of bear. Oh well.
the matter? There we go. That deals with Rusty Walrus and Engine Ship.
Where did he get the Aku Aku mask exactly? Where did Crash get it? Where did Crash get it?
Well, this...
Don't worry, the invincibility protected you. It would have happened even without the invincibility, and Crash would have still been fine.
explains how we
He wouldn't have been any more hurt or safe or anything else, really.
survive.
It made no difference. It made no difference.
Rats are
Explains how we survive. Well, this explains how we survive.
The rats are leaving the sinking ship.
Nice model. For Entropy.
Tell us where the treasure is, and we'll...
Yeah, the other guy looks good. I forgot his name. No offense, it's just I'm not the best with names.
let you go. Silence. And we'll... Tell us where the treasure is, and we'll let you go. Silence.
Well, a few things. One, he's a silent protagonist who's not exactly given any options to speak. Two, he doesn't know what you're thinking of. And three, you probably will resort to a fight anyway. So, there.
Looks like we'll have to wring it out of him. Embryo, that changed.
Embryo looks good too. Thanks for the name reminder, Entropy. Nothing strange there. Okay, that's just disturbing. Yeah, it's actually kind of disturbing.
And from one boss to another, it's time we take on Dr. Nitrous Brio and a redesigned and really cool looking Dr. Entropy. Yeah, that is actually Entropy. And he looks rather cool, I have to say. Which is rather sad because this is his last canonical appearance in a Crash Bandicoot game. After this, Entropy will be gone from the Crash Bandicoot series. He
It's really sad. I agree, he does look really good.
does not make an appearance inside the Mutant series at all. Which is rather interesting that they didn't do that. But Tuning Fork is your downfall.
He really does look kind of muscular in a sense. Beefy, actually.
He gets a little bit dizzy, that's why it happens. But I can't stress enough, I really like his redesign. He has probably my favorite redesign out of
Giant spiders chasing you. Spider Shadow, that is.
all these characters. Embryo,
Or is that some sort of classic stick fighter of some sort? Not like a stick man, or a stick woman, or... Looks familiar.
not as much. I like the mutant form. I like the mutant, all these characters. Embryo, not as much. I like the mutant form. For certain, but I think Embryo actually had the best redesign. I think form. For certain, but I think Embryo actually had the best redesign inside Crash Mind Over Mutant. One of the
Intro.
few things that game actually did right. I know, believe it or not, that game actually did something right. But for right now, we're playing Twinsanity, so let's get back to that. And boop. So, one more hit, and that'll take care of...
Glitch carry weapon. I call foul on that. Don't you mean the B and the S?
glitch to the floor.
The rats are leaving the sinking ship. Tell us where the treasure is, and we'll let you go. Silence. Looks like we'll have to wring it out of him. Embryo, that changed.
Funky dance. In the lesser side. Kinda.
Well, it's been a while since the glitch count has had to be used, that's for sure. And I'd like to point out, how fast did everyone find out about the gosh darn treasure? Did Dingo Dial have primitive MySpace? Actually, no, MySpace would have been popular at this time. Huh. Oh, memories. Talk about MySpace nowadays. Everyone questions what? Well, what the heck's a MySpace? Believe it or not, there was something that came before Facebook, children. It was something that I was forced
I know MySpace existed. I just didn't use any social networking sites until years later.
to get by my parents.
And even then, I don't use it too much, exactly.
It was something that I was forced to get by my parents. Yeah, of all
Not my parents.
things, my parents forced me to get a gosh darn MySpace. In fact, I think my
I guess they wanted you to become more social, apparently.
mother created one for me because she was finding it odd that I didn't want to be on social media like that.
Huh.
I don't know. But either way, let's continue to
I guess they wanted you to be more social. Another funny, sort of funny angle.
fight, quote unquote. I don't know. But either way, let's want to be on social media like that. I don't know. But either way, let's continue to fight, quote unquote, embryo, and get to our real boss for this, Dr. Entropy with his still awesome redesign and sprite that is it's half translucent.
Awesome.
Why is the sprite half translucent? Right, so that deals with that, and this time, let's not
It looks like you're not exactly hurting him, actually.
fall into the water. So now I know to jump right there. That's honestly the first time that's ever happened to me inside this boss fight. I've fought this boss so many times, that has never happened to me to where I just fall right
Well, you've probably never stood very close to the, areas where the pieces are starting to come together
to the floor.
before.
Although it is funny to watch
Maybe a few times, but you've probably jumped out of the way then.
Embryo in his mutant form doing that. Although it is funny to watch Embryo in his mutant form doing that, groovy 70s pose that is pretty generic. So,
70s disco dance.
let's continue on and beat
Disco. 70s disco.
Entropy now. Right. One more hit. And goodbye. Go back to your
It's kind of a shame his spear of sorts doesn't exactly do anything else except do that. Don't know if it actually makes the platform sink. It maybe, but it seems like your pressure is what does it.
Right. One more hit.
Yeah, it's the pressure.
And
He could have at least been firing some sort of laser beam. You know,
goodbye.
maybe a homing laser. Actually, that would have made this fight a little too difficult.
Go back to your time twister.
Okay, Crash is placed there for some reason. I filled in the sound effect. I don't think there was a sound effect there exactly, but I just wanted to put one in myself. Just with my own vocal stylings.
To the Psychotron!
And there's Dr. Neo Cortex.
Alright. So it seems Cortex got back to the iceberg lab pretty easily.
Sorry, an earbud fell off my ear. Sorry, it kind of fell off my ear. I kind of pulled on something.
I like to think that
The earbud thing.
the whole reason why he wasn't there in the first place is because, Engine was holding him hostage thinking that he could make him his sea bride. So, let's go on further, but actually, guys, I'm going to end it off right here. This is Baroxis 1359. Sea bride. So, let's go on further, but actually, guys, I'm going to end it off right here. This is Baroxis 1359. Next time,
Sorry.
I'm going to end it off right here. This is Baroxis 1359. Next time, we're going to be heading off to the Psychotron to see if we can power it up. See you guys next time. Power it up. See you guys next time.
Okay. And that was watching Cross Twinsanity episode 7. fresh meat for my pot. Okay, let's read the comments now. Little tidbit: the music "Spiral Mouth Dead" for Rusty Walrus Chase is a version of the classical music Hebride's Overture. Actually found out about this game by reading the comments on that video. I love Hebrides. On that video? Which video? Okay then. I love Hebrides, but it's so hard to play. Hebride's Overture. Wait a minute.
Simply wait for the cranks to go around. I'm getting Rusty Bucket Bay flashbacks from this.
Rusty Bucket Bay. Oh, I was thinking something else. I love how Entropy spawns with a T-pose. Best unfinished game of 2014. Spawns with a T-pose?
It's a read. That is last hit on a cool, I have to say.
Oh yeah, that T-pose. I love how I never noticed that until now. Thanks, XD. Yeah, whole game is full of little quirks like that. Like how most of the cutscenes seem to sound and generally feel unfinished. Yeah, some kinda do, like Aku Aku just so far having 2 lines and Dr. Neocortex just appearing like that and no explanation of where he's been elsewhere. So yeah, Entropy is my favorite boss in the whole game. 1342 missiles.
You angrily pulls the lever and shoots an indiscriminate amount of missiles. What?
Cool. If I could, I would fund a remaster of this game so someone could restore the Katonk. Oh, what? I was saying it like 2 words for a moment. Actually, it sounded like 1 word for a moment. I was gonna say it like 2 words. Yeah. This game with every cut level added to make game more of a finished product. And if you don't like that, then wait a minute. I was reading something else. So someone could restore content and fix the glitches. This game could have been so much more, and it makes me sad. Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 could have been so much more. It could have been so much more. Anyway, Pokemologist, I know this comment is old, but it would be cool if they remastered this game with every cut level added to game more. That does not sound right. Of a finished product. And if you don't like that, then there could be an option to play the game how it originally was, with the better graphics, of course. Like a better graphics setting, maybe even. Nice. You know, I have zero memory of Engine's ship, but I do remember the Entropy and Embryo fight. Axeman, I was 7 when I played this level. I sucked so bad at this part. That is the main part I remember. Haha. Instead of saying cut your head, you should say, I'll be quiet now. I'll be quiet now. That would actually make more sense. It would, wouldn't it? Where's the question mark? Anyway, enough of me rambling on. Okay, I don't think there's anything else I need to say here for now. So, thanks for watching. See you next time for maybe I'm going to start returning to the Ratchet and Clank watching Kepler's videos playthrough. Because I haven't done that in a little while, so I probably will. Maybe I did say that in the previous video, but I'm sure I'm going to do it next time. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time. Be safe, have fun, all that good stuff. Bye. Boop. And see.